The sharp rapping on Orla's apartment door jolted her from sleep. She fumbled for her phone. 3:17 a.m. glowed accusingly in the darkness. Heart pounding, she wrapped herself in a robe and approached the door cautiously. Through the peephole, she saw Adam, her neighbor from 4B. The quiet one who always smiled politely in the hallways but never said much. Except now his eyes, those peculiar amber eyes that sometimes caught the light strangely, held an intensity that made her breath catch. "Orla," he said urgently, his voice muffled through the door. "Don't go to work today, just trust me." She opened the door a crack, the chain still engaged. "Adam? What are you talking about?" He glanced down the hallway, nervous energy radiating from him. "I can't explain right now, but please, whatever you do, don't go to the Meridian Tower today. Call in sick. Take a vacation day. Anything." "That's insane. I have a presentation at 1 p.m., he interrupted. "I know, but you can't be there. You just can't." His hand reached out as if to grab hers, then stopped. "Please, Orla. I've never asked you for anything." There was something in his voice, a desperate honesty that cut through her skepticism. She found herself nodding slowly. Okay. I'll call in." Relief flooded his features. "Thank you." He turned to leave, then paused. "And Orla? Stay away from downtown entirely. Stay home. Watch the news." Before she could respond, he was gone, disappearing down the stairwell with inhuman speed that her tired brain couldn't quite process. At 10 a.m., Orla sat on her couch, coffee growing cold in her hands, feeling ridiculous. She'd called her boss with a fake stomach bug story, enduring his irritation about the rescheduled presentation. Now she was watching morning talk shows and questioning her sanity. Why had she listened to Adam? They barely knew each other. Sure, he'd helped her carry groceries once. Sure, there was something oddly compelling about him. But letting him dictate her schedule at 3 a.m.? She reached for her phone to call her boss back, to say she was feeling better. The news bulletin interrupted her thoughts. "Breaking news. We're receiving reports of a massive evacuation order for downtown. Military vehicles are converging on the Meridian Tower. We're getting unconfirmed reports of—" The feed cut to shaky helicopter footage. Orla's coffee mug slipped from her fingers. Something was emerging from the ground beneath the Meridian Tower. Something vast and metallic, unfolding like a grotesque flower. The building buckled, steel and glass collapsing like a house of cards. "Oh my God," she whispered. The thing, she couldn't think of another word for it, rose higher, a biomechanical nightmare of writhing appendages and pulsing energy cores. Military jets screamed overhead, missiles streaking toward the target. The explosions looked like fireworks against its hull. Her doorbell rang. Orla stumbled to the door in a daze. Adam stood there, but he looked different. His skin had taken on a faint luminescent quality, and his eyes, those amber eyes, were definitely not human. "May I come in?" he asked quietly. "You deserve an explanation." She stepped aside numbly. He entered, moving to her window, staring out at the distant plume of smoke rising from downtown. "I'm not from here," Adam began. "I'm part of an advanced reconnaissance team. We've been embedded on Earth for 3 years, monitoring a Zathresh incursion." "The thing at the tower," Orla managed. He nodded. "They've been building that harvester underground for months. Our intelligence suggested they'd activate it today at 1 p.m. precisely, right when your presentation was scheduled on the 73rd floor." The room tilted. Orla sat down hard. "You saved my life." "I broke about 17 galactic protocols to do it," Adam said with a ghost of a smile. "We're supposed to maintain absolute secrecy, non-interference, but He turned to face her. "I couldn't let you die." "Why me?" "Because you're kind." Because you noticed when Mrs. Chen on the second floor was struggling with her walker and organized the whole building to help. Because you leave food out for the stray cat even though you're allergic. Because... He stopped, something vulnerable crossing his alien features. Because in 3 years of watching humanity, you reminded me why we're fighting to protect this planet. Outside, more explosions rumbled. On the TV, a news anchor was breathlessly reporting that additional military forces were arriving, and that mysterious energy weapons were assisting from unknown sources. "That's your people," Orla said. "Our ships are in orbit, cloaked. We couldn't intervene until the Zathresh broke concealment. Now we can help." Adam moved closer. "Your military is brave, Orla. Recklessly, admirably brave. They're engaging a harvester with primitive weapons because that's what humans do. You see something threatening your home, and you fight. Will we win? With our help? Yes, the Zathresh expected an easy harvest. They didn't expect humans to be so... stubborn." He laughed, a sound of genuine admiration. "Or for my team to care enough to bend the rules." Orla watched the battle on screen. Human jets and alien energy weapons working in concert, slowly overwhelming the harvester. "What happens now?" "Now we reveal ourselves. No more hiding. The galaxy's about to learn what I already know, that humans are going to be a force to reckon with." Adam looked at her seriously. "Your species has something rare. You call it different things: courage, stubbornness, hope. We call it the defiance factor. It's why the Galactic Council is debating Earth's admission. And it's why the Zathresh wanted to eliminate you before you could reach the stars. And you? I'll have to testify about breaking protocol. Warn a human civilian, compromise the mission." He smiled. "Worth it." Orla stood, crossing to stand beside him at the window. In the distance, the harvester was collapsing, defeated. "Thank you, Adam, for the warning, for everything." "Thank you, Orla," he replied softly, "for reminding me why some rules are worth breaking." As military helicopters circled and the first alien ships decloaked in the afternoon sky, Orla realized her world had just changed forever. But standing next to her alien neighbor, her friend, watching humanity take its first real steps onto the galactic stage, she felt ready. Humans, after all, had never backed down from a challenge, and they were just getting started.